Hey everybody, welcome to Uncle Arnie's Kitchen. Today we're making ribs. So I've got here 4 racks of baby back ribs. They're thawed out nicely. And so we're going to cook them in a crock pot. Usually I cook 2 racks of ribs in a crock pot, so I'm making a double batch today. So borrowed a crock pot, got 4 racks, and we're ready to go. So I've got the ribs, I've got a little kosher salt, I've got a homemade rib sauce that I'll show you shortly how to make. First thing we do, we pull the membrane off the back of the ribs, and then we layer the ribs in the crock pot with some sauce in between each layer. So on the back of the ribs there's a membrane. I don't know what the real phrase is for it, but it's tough to get off sometimes. So you have to get the knife, you flip the ribs upside down, and with a knife I like to scrape on the back of a bone of each rib to get it started. And once you get the membrane started on the back of each bone, you get underneath it with your hands and you pull it back up. Alright, so that came off nicely. After we took care of the backing on the ribs, we cut each of the rack of ribs in half, and I'm going to sprinkle some salt on them, put them in the crock pot, and layer it up with some of my sauce. So sprinkle a little salt on each of these. And we get them in the crock pot. Sauce on the meat. And again. After we do this, I've done the other crock pot. We'll dump the rest of this sauce into the crock pots with the ribs. You want to save a cup of sauce for later. So we'll dump what's left into the 2 crock pots. Show you on this side of it. Beautiful. And we're going to cook these on low for about 4.5 hours, and they'll be falling off the bone. Alright, so we've got about halfway with our ribs now. I'm just going to flip them around bottom to top, top to bottom, so they each get a chance to sit in the bottom of that juice and on the top. Looking good. Baste this guy on top, cover him up for about 2 more hours. Very good. Okay, so it's been about 5 hours now, and this is what you want to see when you want to know if the ribs are done or not. You want to see the bones coming out of the meat, and they're practically falling off the bones. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the ribs, I'm going to place them on the tray here. I'll take them all out. I got 2 crock pots going, and our sauce, we're going to sauce them up, put them in the oven. We're going to broil them for about 10 minutes and crisp them up a little bit. Spread them on the tray, and now we will spread some sauce on top of the ribs using a brush. So there we go, we've got them all brushed up, ready to put into the oven. We're going to put it in the oven on broil for about 5 minutes to brown up that sauce. So for making my rib sauce, you might think I'm crazy, but I put together a few of the strangest ingredients. Frank's Red Hot, a 1/4 cup of Frank's Red Hot, 1 cup of pasta sauce, 1 cup of corn syrup, a cup of strawberries, and 2 cups of raspberries. Now since I'm making a double batch, we're gonna do 4 cups of raspberries. We're gonna do the whole thing of strawberries, that's 2 cups of strawberries. 2 cups, and 1/2 cup of Frank's Red Hot. Get it all in a pot, get it together, mix it together, boil it up, and it's the best rib sauce you can try. So I've got the berries in the pot, as you can see, strawberries and raspberries. I also have the first cup of my corn syrup, just dumping in the second batch of corn syrup. Looks like a great dessert, but the sweetness of the berries and the corn syrup gives the rib sauce a nice sweet flavor. But then you throw in a little bit of Frank's Red Hot, and that spices it up really nicely for those that like the spicy sauce. So we'll get this stuff boiling here real shortly.